Well, that'll save water in the plants, won't it? So much for having a glass of wine on my seat out here. Fat chance. Still, does the garden good. All good stuff. That lot has just happened in the last 10 minutes. And it reminds me of another place in the world that's getting a bit of this. In fact, they're getting a lot of this. Sympathies. Hope everyone's safe. This is nothing. This will be gone in 10 minutes. Okay, perhaps it won't stop in 5 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen that much water outside the door. Luckily it's got somewhere to go. We were supposed to have the odd light shower today. Well, we've just had a lot of thunder and it's still raining. Perhaps I won't need to water the garden tomorrow either. Oh, that'd be good. Look at that. Bring the camera out and it starts to stop. It's a shame actually, the Bournemouth Air Show is on today for 4 days. It's a 4-day, I think it's the largest free event in the country. But basically trade stands and all sorts of military stuff and things take over the whole of the seafront for a 4-day event. And they have you know, sort of flying going on as well. They have demonstrations out to sea. There's a couple of naval boats out in the harbour, and yeah, it's a good day out if you can ever get there. Because normally, you know, you drive 30 miles and it takes you, you know, whatever, 45 minutes. And then you spend the next 3 hours doing the last 5 miles, and then when you get to the town, there's nowhere to park. So it's just too many people trying to squash into too small a place. I haven't been for a few years, but it looks like it's going to brighten up. There won't be any flying in weather like that, that's for sure. But the RAF display team, the Red Arrows, I believe, are on all 4 days. And in previous years, as the display takes shape, some of the planes' manoeuvres bring them out round the back to sort of go along to the coast and form up again for the next part of the display. And in previous years, they've come right over the house. My cats go missing for about a week. Yeah, I mean, I love the fast jets, don't get me wrong, but not enough to put up with that traffic and those crowds. As I said, I've seen it all before. I've been to that show quite a few times, and it's the same things flying year in, year out. And now that the Vulcan's gone and been grounded, to me that was the star of the show, and it's gone now. So, but I believe the Red Arrows today, if it clears up a bit, are flying at 6 o'clock. So if I come out here with the camera at 6 o'clock, I might be able to catch a couple of them trying to take my roof off. I'll see what I can do. But if not, it looks like I'll need me welly boots to go out in the garden anyway. So yeah, that was some shower. I haven't seen water collect like that for a long time. All good stuff though. Waters the garden, waters my bonsai trees. And my forgotten 2 orchids. I'm not going out in it, but I do have a zoom. I don't suppose anybody that watches my channel actually knows I've even got a cymbidium. Well, I have, and it sits out there, and it does its own thing. It's about the least troubled orchid I could ever imagine. Every time I water my bonsai trees, it gets some. Otherwise, it fends for itself. Morning sun, that's it. And then it's in shade the rest of the day. And the other forgotten orchid, if I can get on it, is my native terrestrial, which is in, those are seed pods on the top at the moment. The flowers have long since gone, and strictly speaking I should take those off. I'll do that, well, I'm not going out in the rain, but I must remember to do that because that plant will reabsorb all the nutrients out of this year's growth and go down for the winter. So by the time the winter starts, that will be an empty pot as far as looking at it is concerned. And then in the spring, the new growth will come and we'll get more flowers. But yeah, the Forgotten Two. Native terrestrial, that's a leopard marsh orchid. And a cymbidium of no ID, and no idea what the blooms look like because it never has. Well, I haven't had it long. And it's got 2 old growths and 1 new growth that is swelling up nicely. That's the bit with the green leaves. And, well, who knows, it may bloom in the spring. Have to wait and see, won't we? I'm sure this rain will do it the world of good. Anyway, a little storm passing overhead. So it looks like it's going to brighten up now for whatever's left of the day. All good stuff, all nice and bright and green and shiny again, all the dust washed off the leaves, all the pots watered, all the ground nice and wet. Love it.